So, as a youngster, where did you gravitate the love for this as a youngster?
Well, I'm not.
I like to know the history.
Well, I came. I'm originally from St. Louis.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm originally from St. Louis. My mother then moved out here from St. Louis, and we had moved on the west side. And then when we came from the west side, we moved to Compton.
Mm-hmm.
We moved to Compton, and we stayed on Muriel, which is right around the corner from Panez.
I know where's that.
Yes, right around the corner from Panez. So, I mean, I didn't get frequently involved in around there because at that time, it was nothing but Bloods there.
Yeah.
And I was a Crip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't gravitate towards them that much. But in time, as I went on, I started meeting people like Bodacious Bubs and Donald McCaney.
Yeah.
And they introduced me to this lowriding thing.
Exactly.
Which was Donald McCaney was the first one that introduced me to it.
Donald and Dave.
Donald and Dave. You know
that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So they the one that introduced me to it. That's why my love for the 59s is so much because that was the first car that we put a motor in was his black 59.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was his black 59.
59's a shit.
Yes, they all
So you say
down,
Go ahead, that's another story.
hand down.
Yeah.
So that's where I gravitated, and then I ended up meeting Rat, Kevin, Cyrus, Boulevard Rod, and I ended up meeting all the rest of them dudes. You know what I mean? Then I ended up going to school. I ended up even meeting your brother.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ended up meeting your brother. You know what I mean? We became one of my best motherfucking friends.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Both of you motherfuckers crazy.
Yes, we was Sonnies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was one of my best motherfucking friends. I even had a girlfriend in y'all apartments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I used to come over there and see all the time. So this is how I end up getting the love for that. You know what I mean? But I had so much other love for some other things at that time that, you know what I mean, that my love was more and more towards that than it was this.
Exactly.
Or anything else. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That was your priority.
Yeah, that was my priority at that time. Gangbanging was like my priority. Although I didn't even do no gangbanging on the street that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't ever really do no gangbanging on the street. All my gangbanging was done in prisons because I was in prisons all my life.
Yeah.
So I never did do any. So that's why I never had any problems with the Bloods and all that. Them dudes end up becoming some of the best motherfuckers in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Inside that motherfucker behind that wall.
Oh, ain't no question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So behind that wall, it's a whole different story. So, but that's where I got my love for this lowriding is initially from Panez.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From Donald McCaney them, Turtle them, you know what I mean? And all them and getting to know these dudes and Brick, you know what I mean? And Fred Martin, even when Fred was doing his thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Fred had a couple of Chevys at one time, you know what I mean? He trying to get back on his feet right now, you know?
So the four that you have now, the hard top, what color is it?
It's a platinum silver with black graphics.
Is it hot?
Is it hot?
Yeah.
Is that an understatement, man? Is that an understatement? Is pig pussy pork?
I've never had no.
You don't eat pork?
I used to eat chili when I was a kid. I've never had no pig pussy. You know what I'm saying? I never had.
Ask me.
I never had no.
I don't understand why when people go to talk about
I'm saying you got
they get an attitude.
This what you got to understand.
Everybody do this.
These are some of the questions that people want to know. So I got that. You know, you talk to them about it. You can ask them if pig pussy pork. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've never had no pig pussy, y'all.
They'll write you back and tell you, yes, pork, nigga.
So how did you come up with your club name?
Well, like I said, actually all this stuff started when I was in prison. You know what I mean? I was in
prison. You were in no clubs prior to you going?
No. And it all came about one day. It was I was a dorm porter in prison. I was a dorm porter, and I'm standing at.
So what is that? So
that's
an orderly if y'all don't know.
Yeah, that's an orderly for if you clean up the building,
sweep around,
and all this stuff like
keep
that.
The day room clean and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
That's for people that probably been there the longest and they have
shit you don't want to be doing. If it ain't by choice.
No, the best motherfucking job in prison.
Exactly.
The best motherfucking job in prison.
You ain't finna do nothing
You
hard.
ain't gonna do shit. You don't want to do shit.
Exactly.
That's the job to have.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in front of two of my homeboy sales. One of the dudes was named Kibo from Santana, and the other dude was named Norm from my neighborhood. And I got a letter, and the police handed me the letter, and I stuck it in my pocket. And my homeboy Norm said, "Who that letter from?" And I say, "It's from my son. He's in Calipat." And he said, "You know what?" He said, "Your son was so loyal to you, he followed you to prison." And at first, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't get what he was saying. I was like, man, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? I didn't get what he was saying until I got back in my cell and I thought about what he said. You know what I mean? And what he said was that your son doing every motherfucking thing that you doing. Everything. So if you care about you and you care about your son, you'll go home and you'll do better and you make it better for the rest of your kids.
Real
so
talk.
That's when my life changed that day.
Yeah.
That moment right there changed my entire life from that dude making that one statement. From him making that one statement changed my entire life.
He don't even know. He didn't even know that make that.
Yes, he do know.
Oh, he know. You told him later?
I tell him every time I see him.
That's right.
I tell him every time I see him. He's a counselor right now in L.A., working with the people that's come out of prison because that was his calling.
Exactly.
You know, that ended up being his calling. And I came up with Prison Riders because I wanted to come home and start a program to where I would start shipping women to prison with their kids to see their fathers. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
I wanted to start doing that because these kids, they don't mind nobody. And all their daddies and all their stuff is in jail. So if I start sending them there to see their daddy, and then maybe their daddy can convince them that this lie that we've been told about this gangbanging ain't shit.
For real talk.
You know what I mean? And try doing something different. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why, and that's how I came up with Prison Riders. You know what I mean? That's the way I came up with that name. And everything I've been doing been under that. You know, that's how I came up with the name of Prison Riders.
So that's really some real constructive shit. You know what I mean?
Yes. And it was based on people asking me, well, why Prison Riders? I said, because we talking about not going to prison no more. We gonna get a life sentence on the streets. You know what I mean? To live on the streets. We ain't gotta go in prison to live no more.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We ain't gotta go to jail and do that no more. You can do everything you want right here on these streets.
So what made you in your mind to say, you know, after you the founder of that, right?
Yes.
Of your club.
Yes.
After that,
I am the only member of my club.
I thought you had some more members.
I did at first. I actually had. When I first started the club, I had 12 members at one time. And this is where the National Lowrider Association come in at. And we went to the National Lowrider Association and tried to become a part of the National Lowrider Association, to be a part of
like a club
the club with under whatever it is
that they got going on.
It is. So they told us you have to come to this many meetings, you have to do this, you have to do that. You have to pay this fee and you would be entered. We did everything we did. And on the day that we supposed to have got it, they sent, what's his name, from Original Riders, L-Dog.
L-Dog.
They sent L-Dog over there to our club, and L-Dog called me and told me, he said, Chubb, they decided not to let y'all in. I say, what? He said, they don't want to let y'all club in. I say, why? He said, well, they want y'all to be prospects. I said, well, prospects is for motorcycles. You know what I mean? I said, prospects is for a motherfucking motorcycle club. He said, no, well, they don't want to let you in. And he gave me my money back. And I said, well, how long does it take for us to be a prospect to do this?